Rave it, baby.
Got a hard on.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Gravy Baby, ladies and gentlemen. Carmen Morales, Drew Morgan, TJ Lewis, coming in hot. Are we recording? Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, we're recording.
We
No, we're
well,
not.
I didn't either. I just found out that we are.
We are recording.
Okay.
Great.
I got you.
What's up, my little gravy biscuits?
Little biscuit bitches, ladles, and gravy accoutrement. How are you guys?
Hey, gravy accoutrement.
Mm-hmm.
How are we?
Mhm.
How are you, DJ?
No sound, but it looked like good.
Good.
Yeah, there we go.
It was on personal mute. Last night I saw a mime do stand-up comedy, Carmen.
Oh no. What was it? Sorry. And did I answer honestly initially? My bad. Was it silent? Was it all hands?
No.
Was it just
Which
stand
is-
up about being a mime? Like where does the mime
No.
come in?
At the end, he did a mime thing of like, this is my impression of someone who has student debt. And then he like got crushed.
Okay.
But other than that, I didn't see the very beginning. Perhaps when he walked up there, he was like, let's talk about it. But when I walked in, he was just like doing dating app jokes. And it was about how he's Jewish and he's in the girls who like metal, but that sucks because it means like 30% of them are Nazis.
Okay.
And it's like, it's a very run of the mill.
Mhm.
Dating sucks, and I'm this, but they're that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, full on mime. Also, Carmen, 3'9". Nah, but he's like 4'9".
Gotcha. So wee mime. A wee mime.
A wee mime.
A wee mime.
I loved it. I mean, he sucked, but I loved it.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, but the full regalia, I always, I love people full commit, but oftentimes it is just that. It is, you just wanted to dress up.
Dude, I just remembered after the show, we just sitting around talking. There was like this 20-year-old comic on the show. He goes to the University of Tennessee. So I was talking to him and I was asking him who his favorites are and all that. They're all New York guys. And I was like, damn, that's New York heavy,
Mm-hmm.
So we're just chatting. And he was like, you ever live there? And I told him, yeah. And I told him this and that. And this mime walks up. And the kid was like, and why did you leave LA or whatever? And I was like, oh, my father-in-law's sick. And the mime goes, oh, man, I'm sorry. And he had a sad mime face. Like his face was got sad. He goes, oh, man, I'm sorry. And we all looked. And it was like everyone froze. And I just started dying. And then everyone else did.
Yeah.
It was like everyone else. We all knew it was hilarious. But everyone was like,
Waiting on it. Are you to be okay? Yeah.
It was so fucking funny. It's the only time that he made me laugh, but goddamn, he made me laugh super hard.
Mm-hmm.
The only other time was then he was telling me his brother was a dead heroin addict. I was like, you're not the black sheep of the family?
No, his brother's the black tar. He's the black sheep. Come on now, we're having fun.
Hey, we're boiling it down.
Mm-hmm.
That joke was better than the 5 he told me about his dead brother after that.
DJ, give us an update.
Yeah, I've shared enough.
I had a dream.
Okay.
I was telling this group of people,
Mm-hmm.
this audience,
Mm-hmm.
they were mad. They were mad at me. And I was telling them, I was trying to explain these George Carlin bits,
Mm-hmm.
right? I was trying to explain it to them, and they were like, "That I mean," and I was like, and in a dream, I remember thinking, "Am I right about this?" Like I don't remember it. And then I got up, I looked it up, and they were real bits. They were real bits. And it weren't bits I had remembered. There's bits that I remember, in my life.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? There's bits that stay with you. Oh, and anything that like just stayed with me that I knew I had. So it's really weird. And you start thinking about like what you have inside of your storage compartment up there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Rattling around up there. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
how, you know, fucking, because I don't particularly remember it, but it was there. And like hypnotism and like all this is fucking, it could so be real. But what really freaked me out about it
Mhm.
was after I had the dream, I started reading about like there's like all this stuff coming out about AI and how people are like just having psychosis and like they're like, you know, just a lot of cheating in college. Like they're not like kids are like going to college, which let's just say this. If we're turning universities into just a purely fucking like it's only a consumer good,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking cheat. Fucking who cares? Who cares if you learn a thing? Okay? We don't take the advice from our fucking director of health. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know anything about medicine. We don't ask him about shit. We just fucking drink the goddamn fucking ivermectin and go about our life. We don't need nobody to tell us about shots, nothing. So whatever. But what scared me was that by replacing real experience and had thoughts and things like this with what are we trading by not having these experiences, not having these thoughts, and just using AI to replace our understanding of human contact, human emotion, experiences. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
It just becomes one note. There's no diversity of thought because that's the whole thing. That was like the whole thing with AI is before the internet was all of the answers, every possible answer, right, wrong, opinion, all of that. But now AI sums it all up so you don't get the diversity of thought. So it's going to sum the human experience up into a very concise, simplistic answer. And, you know, and maybe to me, it seems like it's catering the experience to the people who don't think a lot or who don't I guess.
But they're already using it in schools and colleges.
Yes.
It's just like using a calculator. You've lost that skill. The skill of literally having a human connection or like experiencing something on this level, like it's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's so dark and disturbing. Like I you know.
Yeah.
I
do want to go back to this dream though. Were you right about the joke?
Yeah, totally right.
Did you win them over?
No, they were mad.
Try miming.
See, I feel like, and I like the thing about the mime. I like going up on stage, dressed like a mime, and doing no miming.
Right, never addressing it. See, that's comedy.
Agreed. I was so mad when he did the mime at the.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do a mime. Just be like, all right, the mime. Well, what did he do?
My ex-wife's a bitch. Now I'm on the apps, dude. I was having an arc, and then he. Yeah. Anyway, sorry I derailed you. You did not convince them. You were correct. You did not convince the audience.
Then I was totally right, and it's not jokes that I specifically remember. And I totally remember. Well, I've seen all of George Carlin stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Like, you're saying it's not like your recall, but it was in your conscious.
But
you pulled it out for the dream.
Dude, if I never came into stand up and got to go into science, like for the brief time I wanted to study memory because it's the same thing for me. There will be things that I didn't know are in there that get accessed by somebody else, and then here comes an entire file about all of that.
That's what's so scary is that you're just going to be getting another file of an already copy pasted file that you got from online. Like that's what's freaking me out. It's freaking me. Which technology already, I know, and maybe I may get too much of this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's horrific.
Well, the memory stuff, when I was doing criminal defense, there's an innumerable horrors, both existential and literal, that I had to face when I was trying to go into that field of industry. And that's what it is. It's also an industry. It's a money-making industry, a machine. But the memory part, learning about how to like pick apart eyewitness accounts and how study after study after study
shows that they're bullshit.
That they're actually not very reliable, and
we
why?
make stuff up. It's like I can't get mad at revisionist history when our brains actually do it. It's nuts.
And they're not lying either.
Yeah.
They are telling you the truth when they're like, that is the guy who did it, because they now remember it, even though he's not the guy who did it, for a variety of reasons. Their brain has now created an actual memory, and it is mortifying, especially when you throw in people's racial prejudices, people's class prejudices, the way cops act. Anyway, yeah, you throw tech on top of that? Nah, no thanks, dude.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yep.
And also, I'm tired of it. Stop fucking sending me AI anything. If you send me anything AI, fuck you.
Don't send me a fucking chat GPT fucking litter. Don't send me no AI. Fucking don't want no fucking
The
robot.
joke is really good, and you can only make it with AI, and it's your joke. I still won't forgive you, but I'll understand it. But honestly, no one listening like that has that type of relationship with me. Maybe Bobby. Do not send me AI, anyone. Dude, I got one today from some cat. I don't know who it is. I mean, you know, I went back through our messages, so we seemed to get along. Decent fella, but it's like, what do we... Anyway, as far as the other nightmares DJ was bringing up, we are either... This could be overblown. It could be like a big nothing burger because it's so expensive to run. But it's almost like everyone who bought in on it is in too deep, so they have to keep pretending like it's working better than it is. So maybe we get out of it just because it's like no one can figure out how to make money off of it yet.
I don't know. I mean, I
don't believe that. I'm saying that's my hope. On the other hand, we're on the precipice of something really dark, in my opinion. We're watching these motherfuckers get convinced by ChatGPT that they're gods.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, of course that's where it into the how. Did our best writers and artists not predict it? Of course, we're all like, oh no, the government's going to murder us. Nah, we're all going to off ourselves in a cult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, man, the silver lining to that is we're often the people that believe AI. I mean, you know, is that...
I said that. Didn't I say that yesterday? DJ, that was literally my first response. Someone sent one of those stories. I said, I've read 4 of these. I don't think we've lost a good one yet.
This is the thinning of the herd. Absolutely. I do think that.
What about when someone says, I feel like some people need to die because of environmental problems and because of this and that? ChatGPT goes, yeah, I mean, it would be better. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but population control would just be overall. And then the next thing you know, they're killing whoever they decide.
It's not only that, but it's like we what it's taking to be able to run these. Like they're trying to buy huge parts of Arizona where people live and trying to sue the people that live there so that they could make these another Silicon Valley and shit like that. And the difference is now people are hip to it, so there's definitely more of a fight. But they're like, we're gonna make another smart city. It's like anytime somebody says smart city, I just think of Silicon Valley. I think of fucking Flint water. I think of all of the fucking awfulness that's like it's sucking everything out of the earth to make, I don't know, you're an imaginary friend. Just have the imaginary friend with your imagination, dog.
We're literally boiling the fucking seas so someone could get, you know, dude, that's what's so funny about it too. Is like Elon having that big fucking drop fallout with fucking his own creation grok about white genocide.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you have to preface a genocide with white, like we have really we have really done some bad. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no white genocide. There's just genocide. And if you're having to argue that it's specifically white, it's because you know there ain't one.
Yeah, that's 100%. But Gronk is saying, that it's false, and he's like has a big fallout with his own creation.
For people who don't know, just real quick, this is a catch up. Afrikaner farmers are flocking to the U.S. under a special Trump program where they get, refugee status, because there is an alleged genocide against white Afrikaner farmers, because there were some farmers who were, in fact, brutally murdered in South Africa, and the media tried to make it a race, post apartheid thing, when the government stance on it in South Africa was, hey, these people have been doing that to everybody. We have some killers on the loose. They've been killing blacks. They've been killing whites. And it is bad, but it ain't got shit to do with that. But the Afrikaners, a lot of them are people who had land, who now have way less land. Why? Because they lived in an apartheid regime in which black people weren't allowed to own farms.
Right.
And Grok, which is XAI's AI system or platform, said that there's no such thing as a white South African genocide. And then Elon literally went in and changed all of the code so that it will now say, some people say there's a genocide, some people say there's not. And it does that now about everything. So you ask it, how do you make spaghetti? And it'll go, well, many people on the internet believe this is a good recipe for spaghetti.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why it'll never be real smart.
Fucking Play-Doh.
Mm-hmm. It's never going to get smarter when you have people like that.
I don't think its purpose is to make people smarter. I think, if anything, it's to control people.
But that was what I'm saying is people were worried about AI getting smarter than us. And I'm like, but then people can always go in and be like, no, don't say that. Like, so it's just like, it's never going to be smarter than us. It's never going to be given the opportunity to be. And anytime anything has, it's been like humans are weird. They kill each other. They kill themselves. They kill where they are. Like anytime you've ever asked those machines the same questions about us, the answer has always been the same. It's like you are ruining your own existence. So I mean, I don't know that it's really more complex than that.
You know how to cut to the heart of me, robot boy. You are ruining your own existence. I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
I gotta be honest. I have got to be 100% honest.
Okay.
Just smart. And look, man.
We find out you have an AI girlfriend on the side.
No, this isn't about AI. This is just about existence and the way that things have turned out. Dude, it's like I'm kind of like on this tip where it's like when I hear about the South Afrikaners, I'm just like, dude, good for South Africa. Get rid of your racists. You know what I'm saying? Good for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's us taking on some more racists?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, dude, on that note, have you seen, someone made the point that one of the fallouts of the genocide in Gaza and the students being so outspoken about it on college campuses who are getting their green cards and student visas fucked with?
Mm-hmm.
One of the fallouts is they're like, you can be deported now and you shall be deported for any anti-Semitic views. And then they're saying if someone says free Palestine, that's an anti-Semitic view. Boom, you're out of the country. And then they look up some of these Afrikaners' Twitters, and it's not like free Palestine. It's like Jews are the scum version of a human being who are literally
real anti-Semitism. Yep.
It's like, man, AIPAC and these Afrikaners and Trump are going to have a meeting of some sort.
Well, let's be honest, though. AIPAC, a massive amount, I'm not saying all of it, but a massive amount of money comes from super fucking Christian evangelical crazy fucking mega churches who are just like John Hagee, who meets with Netanyahu every time he comes here, literally said and still stands by the fact that God sent Hitler to get the Jews to Israel. And that's his platform. So he is funding Israel because he wants Israel to literally start the last world war so that the apocalypse and Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Jesus will come back and kill us for touching on our wieners.
And we're arguing over fucking people with makeup on in the bathroom because they born with a dick. And that reminds me of something that was on my heart when I was thinking about today's episode. I'm going to tell you guys what's gravy. Here's what's gravy, baby. Absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing in the world is good right now, except for the fact that in spite of that, because I have great friends and a great family, and I am very blessed, and I acknowledge that, I can still sometimes be in a good mood. But if you are looking out into the world right now for something positive, I would highly recommend you look inward or make sure you very cultivate your algorithm so it's just like animals or something or old news stories. It is bleak. Dude, even the Trumpers around here are not in a good place. It is... You don't have to have this much empathy, this amount of being able to just vibes, this amount of that ability, you know the vibes are off right now. Only a fucking psychopath doesn't know. It's not good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I got to be honest. And I said this a couple of weeks that I didn't feel any joy about being right about things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of pushback on and all this stuff. But I'm going to be honest. Watching Trump do the YMCA with the guys that did 9/11 is exactly how I thought the end of the empire would end. And I'm it's so fucking awesome.
I love that.
That's literal.
I love these just take is like, I called it.
That's a literal thing that happened. It is literal. I mean, who did 9/11? Literal leaders of the Taliban are doing the YMCA with Donald Trump.
Yeah. Dude,
America first.
Huh?
America's first.
Dude, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Man, going back to the murders in South Africa, like imagine being a serial killer and like you trained and tried and now somebody's just making it a race thing. Like I would be so furious if I built up all these victims, if I like made my signature was something to make sure that my message got out there right. I'm killing these people. And they're like, they're killing the whites. And I was like, God damn it. It wasn't a fucking race thing.
The serial killer with morals, with a code.
That's so funny.
And then you stop killing the whites to prove that you're not racist, and then they say, now they're killing the blacks.
Yes.
There's a black hating serial killer.
Now there's more than one. Maybe they're competing, and they're like, no, it's just me. I just wanted to kill people that I didn't like.
Did he show up and it's a white guy and he gets like deported or whatever? He gets sent to America.
He comes here for refugee status, works for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Starts kidnapping people while wearing an ice vest. Stop being funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that's good. I think I'm good with that. Thanks, guys. Great episode.
He put the e-brake on.
I just pulled out 25 minutes in. Like, well, I feel like I've done what I came here to do. I've been working this job. I might as well talk about it. I've been working this job. The court case has nothing to do with Coca-Cola. I'm not supposed to talk about any of this. But I am on the side of Coca-Cola, they're just simply responding to a subpoena. Twitter is suing one journalist, his boss, and then his media company, basically for the entire situation surrounding all those advertisers jumping ship. Instead of like going after people with real big lawyers like Coca-Cola and Nike and Charmin and whoever advertises on Twitter, when they lost other advertisers, Twitter just started going after journalists and like nonprofit journalism watchdogs, hate watch groups, basically, and being like, hey, y'all are the reason we don't have advertisers anymore. You're out here fucking telling people, you know, like, don't do that, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's against, I don't know why I got redneck. It just feels like a very country ass thing to be like, hey, why you telling on me, dog? Why you snitching?
Yeah.
Why you snitching, bitch? Fucked up thing is they're probably going to win, so that's great.
What, Coca-Cola or?
No, Coca-Cola is definitely going to win by not being in the game. Coca-Cola is just responding to subpoenas. Twitter will absolutely ruin this media company.
I mean, Twitter ruined media, period.
But I mean, no, I mean, like this specific one will go bankrupt trying to win this court.
Gotcha.
And it'll be a situation of like, hey, you said on this day that 250,000 racist memes were shared on Twitter, 15 of which were ads. Well, it was actually 200,000 and only 12 were ads. Give us all your money.
Man, I'm conflicted with that because I don't like Snitches. I never have been a fan. But also,
well, I think when it's the news,
yeah, when it's the news, it's different. Yeah, but I meant like, whenever somebody has a comedian has an album out, somebody goes back and does a deep dive through every tweet they've ever had. I was talking more like that.
Yeah, I don't like that Seth Simons guy either. I think he's a worm.
Yeah. But yeah, when it's journalism, I feel like that's different. But this is people like who tweet that are moonlighting as journalists without any kind of credibility at all. But also, I mean, take down the big companies as easily as you can. I mean, as you can. But this feels like when Enron went down, it was like Arthur Anderson's fault. When Arthur Anderson was the one that did what they were told to do.
Right. Yeah. That's how it literally always is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely have, like, I mean, it's like the whole January 6th thing. Like, dude, honestly, a lot of those people, like the dude with the horns, like that guy needed fucking medical help. Like, he was like that guy's fucking, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say, but it's crazy that like all these like just really fucking killed, like totally like lost their minds people went to jail, but like nobody else. You know what I mean? Like,
Trey had a bit on this, and I don't want to step on it, but it's hard not to like do it the way he did it. Do you remember that dude's lawyer?
Yeah,
literally called him the R word in court.
Yeah.
The lawyer was like, Judge, he look at him. He's
yeah.
Wow. Man, to have the R word as your legal defense, that's pretty wild. That must have been a cheap lawyer, if I'm being honest.
I'm going to go the other route, Carmen.
Oh, really?
I think it was like the dude being like, look, man, we got one line of defense here. And the people we got to appeal to, this is the word.
I'm going to need you to play it up when we're in court.
Yeah. And then the camera cuts to a dude in full bullhorn, shirt off with his face fucking painted. Like, I don't think he needed to play it up at all.
It's like, dude, but like when you see these people and they're like in, let's say, in these cults, like they're waiting for like the world to end, and then the world doesn't end, but they're still like, well, so where else am I gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Like, these people have like these doomsday prophecy people. I can't remember where I was listening to somebody talking
on fire right now. I was thinking about this morning. I went to take Rozzy to his grandparents, and there were locusts in the driveway because the 17 years came a year later here. And I was like, man, I really thought I had dealt with all that evangelical into the world bullshit. But I'm looking around, and now they got these locusts at my feet. I think it's coming. I like maybe self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe it ain't got shit to do with the Lord, but like, I think that there's going to be a lot of people as these bombs, that Hagar guy or whatever the fuck his name is, you're just talking about, DJ, you're going to be like, told you, fucking told you.
Yep. Dude, you know what's crazy? There's this crazy conspiracy out right now that like, and it's like, it goes into like white supremacy and like this whole England thing, but like taking away compassion from all religions, like makes them like, it's crazy to see all these like dominant religions like
this is what I was talking about the other week ago. The radicalized empathy. That's what the devil wants you to do. They want you to be empathetic to people of other religions and people that don't think like you. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's why you got like Al Qaeda running fucking Syria now, and like fucking Like they don't want compassionate Islam. They don't want compassionate Christianity. They don't want compassionate Hinduism. India is fucking crazy, dude.
Mhm.
But like those, they don't want compassionate Judaism. They don't want these compassionate religions. They want, you know,
They want
They
it
want-
militant and they want it culty. Yeah, they want it violent and
yeah.
they want it all warrior status. But I mean, I feel like that's the hard part is it's harder to brainwash people who are already compassionate. So they're not getting the kind
100%.
they're not getting the kind of support they would have easily gotten, except for people who don't have a place to go, dude. Like, you're not gonna, there's no way there is not amount of fucking brainwashing in the world you could get me to not be compassionate to somebody.
Right.
It just can't, dog. It's just in there now.
Yeah.
I went to the church I grew up in for Mother's Day with my mom. Wanted the whole family to go to church with my mom for the first time.
Boo.
Yeah, me and my brother almost got in a fist fight. It was actually a huge mistake. But the preacher went into this whole thing about, like, you know, they don't want me to say this, but basically, like, Islam, the Jews, they're all going to hell. This is the only way to do it. And I've never heard him
on Mother's Day.
He's been the preacher on and off since I was like 8. I've never heard him say anything like that. I've never heard him talk about gay people. It's like I've talked at length before in the past about how part of the reason I think it was so hard for me to let go of all that insanity was the church I was in was genuinely full of love and loving people. Well, guess what? It's fucking being whittled away one layer of the onion at a time.
Even the pastor did a heel turn.
Okay, so, but is this end times thing, or is just this like group thing because of the end of the empire? Because we can't really rationalize that
It's
this
both
thing
because of nukes, I think. And then it's also end times thing for me because it's literally in the spot because of these insane people. Like they're not only are they trying to push for the end of the world, they're literally trying to do it in the place where the Bible said it would happen. They're literally trying to make the Bible come true. To validate that they're so afraid that God or heaven and hell aren't real that they're going to blow the rest of us up to prove to themselves that it is. But anyway, my kid's king.
Yeah. Well, that's dark.
It is, but it's also that's always been here. We're just closer to them being able to try to like make it happen.
They're powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's weird to me because like this is a belief that I have. I totally believe that between 2027 and like 2035 around there, like we will be in a nuclear war. And I believe it's kind of the flashpoint's going to be in South China Sea. I could talk about more about why I believe this, but I'm not going to. But this is a belief that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I totally believe this. But I don't have any like doomsday. Sometimes it makes me super anxious.
Sure.
But like, I don't feel like I'm, you know, and I believe that. Like, I totally believe that.
It sounds like you're saying like, yeah, it's all gonna end, but for me personally, I don't care.
Well, I'm not gonna sit here and go, well, all the Jews are going to hell and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. I guess it's
because that's what happens afterwards. You don't care what happens afterwards because if you don't believe in that's it's just gonna things are gonna end between 27 and 35. But I will say, as a person, this was not the vibe in Spain. I will say that. It was way less doomsday. And I don't know if those people do have compassion in their Catholicism still and all that shit. And maybe that's the game changer. Maybe it's not the doomsday vibe that evangelicals have put the spin on their version of Christianity. Maybe. But man, so if the nuke happens, so where should we go? Like Antarctica? Or I mean, that's probably the only place nobody's bothering.
You should go to your family and tell them bye. Antarctica, like I don't want to be a dick, but what are you? If it's truly war, we all like the roaches may be okay. I'm not gonna say the planet will blow up, but
right. But in Antarctica, they have those huge things under the ice. I mean, they'll be fine. They have those shelters.
There will be nuclear fallout. I mean, shit will be bad. Some people will probably, we just don't have any, there's no way that we know what happens.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, we don't know. But if you ever,
I
if
do.
anybody wants to goddamn scare the shit out of themselves, take a look at Peter Navarro's whole part in fucking Project 2025, and then read the Path to Persia, especially around chapter 5.
Mhm.
It's fucking crazy.
Hey, everybody, don't do any of that. It's gonna upset you so much.
It's gonna make you fucking crazy for a little
And,
while.
and don't look into all the crypto philosophy and
Yeah.
growth and how they are literally playing with fire by allowing these religious freaks to have power in an attempt
Yeah.
to turn us into some kind of weird techno feudal state. And I know this sounds insane.
No,
It
it's
is
not
insane,
the feudalism
but
thing.
they're like kind of sort of pulling it off. And our weird only hope is Donald Trump's ego. At some point, he has to realize, oh, they're using me.
Oh, look at him,
Like,
dude.
I
He
feel
looks
like
so
he might be
cucked.
starting to realize Israel's using him, and it's kind of wild to watch in real time.
Yeah, it is.
He
But
looks
he's a
so
business-
cucked, though. He looks like just a papaw who gets shuffled.
he's fucked.
You know what
We
it
don't
seems
even
like?
get good
It
Donald
seems
Trump if
like
there is a such thing.
it's a right wing the ending of Stan Lee's life, where they would just roll him out to the thing and get people riled up that he was there, and then fucking that, and then that was it, and then they talk for him. I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm definitely not trying to defend the man by any means, but this looks like he looks like a literal prop.
I think that's because, and this is just my personal belief, and I could be 100% because I don't know the man, but what I think, and this is me being a psychologist, like psychoanalyzing the guy,
Mhm.
and this is where this is coming from. I believe that the only thing he cares about, and a lot of these people care about, but it's him especially,
Mhm.
is setting up his family to be like the new Rothschilds,
Yes.
to be the new Rockefellers.
Yeah.
To set up, like, I don't think he too much gives a fuck what happens in the next 4 years, as
Mm-mm.
long as he could set up his family to be what he never was and where he was never accepted.
Right. Well, because he fucked daddy's money up, so this is his way of making. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
if you want
it was a joke, right?
to,
Right.
So
Right.
He made that.
And the only
bad.
way you can become a Rothschild or a Rockefeller is to do crime, baby.
Mm.
That's the only way. That's the just to be fucking corrupt and do crime.
I'll tell you another thing that's happening, and we talked about this. You said that about doing crime. We talked about this months ago. Just like we were talking about, like I steal all the time from Walmart now, and it
Same.
just sort of feels like it's almost like I always have some, but now I do it all the time. It's almost like, well, yeah, what the fuck else am I gonna do? Like, it's like the social contract's breaking down. Let me get this dog food for free. We're seeing that, in my opinion, across the board. My
Yeah.
accountant just fucked me royally and won't answer my emails now.
oh shit.
We bought that car in Virginia. I still haven't gotten the title. I don't think they're keeping the title for me. I think they've got my money and they just don't give a fuck. They won't answer my calls. There's just been little things over and over like that where people are like, I think, again, everyone just feels that it's all bullshit and the worst parts of us are coming out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the worst parts. I mean, obviously in this context, it is because it's fucking you over. But for me, I mean, I guess it goes back to the mob thing where there's still some sort of moral code for me. Is like, I have no interest in fucking over my fellow man, but these huge there's just no way I have any empathy at all for a huge corporation. Or
I
the
agree with
CEO
that,
of
but
Target, or any of those people. The fact that Elon went on and was like, I can't believe they're making fun of me. I'm losing everything. How can you not believe it? Like, how can you not believe that at all? It's just like, you can't. It's the same thing like when they were in awe with Louis. It's all of these same things. Like, people's egos are constantly getting checked. And it's like, I'm sorry, like, I don't care about your ego or you. You've made it such that this lack of compassion, that's the real epidemic. It's not the male loneliness epidemic. It's the lack of fucking compassion. That's,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's fear. And I guess that's what I was trying to say, though. Is like,
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I think everyone's afraid, and then that will bring out that, dark parts of people.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, dude, all these people moving into where I live right now, they're the most scared people I've ever seen in my life.
Sure.
It's not just like that you came here to play Second Amendment fantasy camp or whatever,
Mhm.
like with your gun showing it, but it's like the signs you have.
Mhm.
Like they're building homes on roads that used to be logging roads, so they weren't real streets. So now they've got to name the street. They're naming it Freedom Way.
Oh,
They've got their
Jesus.
"Don't tread on me" signs. It's all fear. It's all projecting strength
Mhm.
because they're scared. We
Sure.
are full of scared people, and I
Yeah.
guess what I'm saying is I'm also becoming one. I am fucking terrified for the first time in a while. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's the point, right? Isn't that what fear mongering is supposed to be? Because you can't, when you're scared, you can't think rationally, you can't think logically. All of that shit goes by the wayside. So
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, and you're right. It's like you got to be strong, but like on a logical level, it's like, oh, you mean the people murdering everyone and disappearing people want me to be scared?
yeah,
Well, they're doing a great job.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But you don't, but also, man, and it's a blessing and a curse. But I mean, you have something to lose. You know what I mean? You have something wonderful to lose. So of course you're going to be scared.
yeah,
If you didn't have a family, you might be more like, you know what? These guys out here, they're just a bunch of meanies. I'm just gonna tell them what's
man,
on
he's
my
killing this
mind.
impression of you.
Yeah, you're gonna be you bunch of.
Drew
I
Sands.
agree with what you're saying in general, but I actually think, and I could be wrong, but I played through this in my head. I played this in my head before we even had him.
Mm-hmm.
With the amount of like land and access to stuff that I have, like now we're getting in real like prepper mode. If it's so bad that I literally can't keep my son alive, we're all so fucked that ain't like, dude, I'll just fucking blow my brains out. Or so we, like, that's like, now we're talking about a real dark situation.
Yeah.
I think I can keep my son safe. I feel like I'm scared because,
What, you can't protect
because
other
no one
people
cares.
or no one cares?
No one gives a
Oh.
fuck. No, either no one cares or they don't know how to like take that care and manifest it into anything. I mean, dude, the head of the Supreme Court is writing these op-eds about how he's mad, like, you know, like, hey, Trump's a danger. We fucking know.
Yeah.
The only reason you're bringing it up right now is because he won't listen to you. Like, he did a thing you didn't think he'd do.
Yeah.
You did this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, also, I think this is for a lot of people, like a lot of liberals and not so many people on the left. I think we pretty much always felt like it was like a lot of people realize that there's no opposition, and whatever the next phase of, you see what happened to David Hogg, which was crazy. He got fucking DEI fired, which is nuts. You know what I'm saying? That they would not, that the Democratic Party is not even self-aware enough not to try to like use not to weaponize gender diversity in their attempt to like get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is this is so bad. Like, it's so bad. And the fact is, the kid didn't even get paid. He had no power. It was just a social media presence. This is talking, but there was no need to do any of that. You could have just used, you know what I'm saying? But you step on the wrong toes, and so you're never going to get a AOC. You're never going to get anyone who's even remotely progressive. You're just going to get what that establishment wants you to have, which will be very much.
It's also arrogant. I feel like that's always been my take on the Democratic Party, is they were so arrogant to think that they could check whatever happened. And always had, and not only that, but constantly pushing the corporatist, everything that they're trying to do, and just trying to keep old money, and keep classism alive and well and shit like that. But when we're dealing with outliers like this, when you didn't even prepare for the possibility of these broligarchs trying to dismantle the entire fabric of the company, or the country, not
Did
the company.
you do that? Is that yours?
What?
Broligarch?
No, it's a term.
Okay, well, it really tickled my brain. I've never heard it. Please continue.
Well, because that's what it is. It's like a bunch of nerds that were never cool, and now they think because they are in power that they're cool. And it's like you're literally the least cool person imaginable at the moment because you're.
And they were all
Yeah.
Go.
and they were all huge Democratic
Yeah.
donors up until this happened.
Mhm.
And it's just like,
That was kind of where I lost faith in AOC, is when it was like her answer was like, have faith in the Democratic Party. And I was like, yeah, I don't. And you of all people should know why.
yeah.
The answer was there. Bernie was our answer. People wanted, the reason we are in this situation is because you never let Bernie be on the fucking ticket.
That's right.
Period. There's so many
everybody a party
centrists that love Bernie. There's so many people that were pushed the opposite fucking direction of us because it was fucking different. So it's like, dude, like the fact that you're not even taking responsibility. I mean, when all these senators are going out and people, I mean, even Trumpers are going, hey, we need to get that person out of fucking South America. When you have Trumpers going against the Senate and going, what the fuck are your congressmen going, what the fuck are you going to do about it? And they don't have any answers because they've all been bought. I mean, the only thing the Chinese dude was right. A revolution is the only fucking answer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's what the Chinese want you to think. Why are you guys being so bummer today? You should bum me out.
I feel like I'm being very positive about the end of it. I don't even sound sad.
I think
That's what we used to say about people who killed themselves. Just for the record. It didn't even seem sad.
Know that I will not be the only one dying if I am pushed into that corner, my friend. I am still my father's daughter. There is still a monster that I keep very well guarded. But I do have the key to it.
Craziest thing you've ever said, and I liked it a lot.
This is a lot of effort to maintain this positivity, God damn it.
All right, well, now what?
Now what?
We got a chicken with a goiter.
Oh, no. Where?
Where's the goiter or where's the chicken?
Well, both, but where is the goiter on the chicken?
Like on its breast?
Oh, no, it's got a pussy titty?
Yeah, looks like it's got a pussy titty to me.
not good.
Yeah, my in-laws are in Ireland. I haven't told them because, I mean, they're just sending me pictures of them drinking Guinness and stuff. You know what I mean?
How cute.
So I'm just like, well, I mean, I'm not going to deal with it. I mean, I would literally rather buy them a new chicken than touch that fucking goiter.
You got to pop it and film it and put it on like Pimple Poppers YouTube. Yeah.
I ain't got to do anything.
Make content, dude. Content. What are you talking about? You have a gold mine here.
I'm too content for content. Hey, that work. But when it runs, the goiter kind of
flops like a big titty.
You know, it just kind of sways like a set of balls on a pig. And I don't know if Rozzy even like knows enough to know it looks different, but he laughs at it a lot.
Well, you got to keep the goiter around for that then.
Yeah, man.
I have no counter argument. Well, do chickens feel pain? Probably they do. And then like, is it in pain?
Well, I don't know if it's in pain. It wouldn't be running if it was in pain. It'd probably be walking to avoid
that's a good
it.
Point. I think I'll keep it around then. And then the other thing I want to tell you guys, because you get a kick out of it, so we have 2 roosters, one for each hen house, and one rooster hates me, but he's a coward.
That's why he don't like a real brave man.
Well, they were out the other night, and I was trying to put him up, and I scared him to death by trying to put him up, and he ran away and roosted in a tree and didn't die. The fox either didn't come around or didn't pick up on it.
Nice.
And now, if he's not already up when I get over there, I can't get him up because as soon as he sees me at night, he runs away. And I keep thinking like he's gonna attack me though eventually. Because you gotta think about it like from his perspective. This dude comes in here, fucks with my bitches, and runs me off every night. Like every night he's doing this. Eventually, I got to stand up to this guy because he thinks I'm fucking his broad.
Oh yeah.
Because I got to go into the hen house to make all this happen.
Right. So right now
So
we're
I've
in the
got an
middle of the
enemy.
montage where he's like working up the courage. He's like, he's out in the trees putting his little
He's got a
Rambo.
headband on
Yeah.
on his red thing. He's doing exercises.
Fun. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so in his world, like I am the big evil, and I don't want to be. I don't know what to do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, the vulture. No.
Well, DJ, what do I do about it? What do I do about this rooster?
I don't know. All my chickens go up as soon as it gets a little bit dark. They all go roost in their hen
So
house.
same, but they have this door that goes up and down because there's a fox, and the door is not working, and they have a replacement on the way. So the automatic door, sometimes it'll just be closed and not pop back up. And I've pried it open a few times, but then the chickens, they see that, they don't like it. They don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
they fuck that prop up, door
Yeah.
closes again.
Yeah.
So they will go in there automatically, usually too, but I left the other door open.
You got any kind of like
it's like they didn't, they're dumb dinosaur brains, dude. They
You got
can't
any kind
go
of
in the
treats?
other door. They got to go in the one door.
what kind of treats you got?
Treats?
Yeah, because my chickens also, it don't matter where
Unaware
they
of
are,
chicken treats.
I can shake a little thing full of like a little like seeds. And they'll hear the seeds in the plastic shaking around, and they'll come.
The problem with that is if I shake seeds, they'll think it's feeding time, and the feeding time spot is so far away from the hen house.
So they'll run out.
They'll run the opposite way.
You got to train them. You got to train them.
I don't have time for all that. I mean, I'm only on duty for
Well, you
another.
can buy my book. Training chickens.
Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod.
Yeah,
And-
and you can buy my calendar, Chickens with the Hottest Goiters. You got a 3-titty chicken running around out
I know
there.
the little Total Recall titty chicken. You got to post a
That's
picture of it in the Discord now. Now, you talked about it too much. You got to get a picture of this goiter for us.
Yeah, we need to see the goiter.
We got to see it. Because the way you're making it sound, it's like so huge. I got to, yeah.
It's not that huge. It just moves.
It dangles. It dangles.
It's
and
big
wobbles.
enough to dangle, dude. That's pretty big
Yeah.
for a goiter.
It's more. It's less
You
than
said
a
it
thing.
looked like pig nuts.
Yeah, it sways like pig nuts. But just think of it as a nice C&1/2 cup.
That's fucking huge, dude.
Not, but I'm saying the way that it, but yeah, like these are down on your belly button.
Yeah.
Right? That's a dangle. What about where the titties are just kind of sitting?
You see them. You can take pictures of them for sure.
That's not a dangle. That's more of a
Sway.
resting sway.
A resting sway of breast. That's how I would describe this goiter.
Anybody else get horny? Just me? A resting sway of breast.
It's beautiful. But you definitely still need a picture of it because I'm so morbidly curious. I got to see it.
Okay, I will. But now all I can think about is a resting sway of breast.
Yeah, I guess that's why you got so quiet. You're just
No.
imagining a pair of C's swaying in the sun.
No, I was thinking, this is so weird. I was kind of back on the dark stuff, but I was thinking about this thing my mom said. It
Oh.
stuck with me for years.
What is it?
For years. This was before my brother was in. My brother's out now. So this was 15 years ago. My brother was high or whatever, stealing guns and selling them, whatever the fuck he was doing. Just saw his bullshit. An addict, being an addict. And my mom was telling him off. He was barely listening, but I was. Yeah, I was impressionable. I was probably 17 years old. And she goes, honestly, I think I'm so fucking mad because I'm jealous. I'm so jealous of you. I wish I could just get high and not give a shit about anything. It must be nice to just do whatever you want, not care about anyone else. It must feel really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, God damn, me too, Mom. I'm super jealous of this motherfucker. And then we said swaying titties, and I thought, man, why don't I just fucking, I'll take my family. We're not talking about full on fuck everybody midlife crisis, but why don't I just fucking
get a pair of tits?
You know,
oh,
yeah.
Oh, let me tell y'all,
Coke off my own tits.
If the draft ever comes, I'm gonna have the biggest set of knockers y'all ever seen. Like, can't fucking draft me. Look at these big. I don't give a fuck.
These titties don't run.
These titties, no, yeah.
They jiggle.
These titties swing. Sorry, can't draft me.
Because of your own bigotry.
Your own bigotry. Yeah, how you like that? Now I get titties and I don't get blowed up.
Yeah.
You better be the first person to do that, because after 5 of you do it, yins are just getting sent to the front line. You're going to be the old titty for
no,
just running like this with your titties swaying.
This does hurt your back.
And then we have peace with our enemies, because they go, I'm good, actually.
Did you see the Hooters on that man?
Goddamn, I can't imagine seeing so.
You can't imagine
across a goddamn minefield with your titties out, hollering.
I'm just shot in the titty.
Yeah.
It's just fucking.
Get one of your titties blown off.
You get a purple heart for losing a tit
with your titties.
Yeah, can you get a purple heart because if the titty's fake? Can you get that?
If the
titties are fake. The skin's real?
Yeah, fuck the skin. You've already, No,
but she's asking if you're going to get a purple heart just because you lost your titty. And I'm saying you're also going to lose some skin. No, motherfuckers get purple hearts for twisting their goddamn ankle.
Okay, I'm not going to jump on this bandwagon. That's not.
Who gives a fuck about a purple heart?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
I'm not shitting on the purple heart. I'm shitting on people getting their kid. Like, I'm talking about, there's plenty of examples of powerful people's kids getting out of war with a purple heart, and they didn't have nothing wrong with them.
I see.
And every veteran listening right now is like, yeah, I've heard about those motherfuckers.
When you thought the titty thing, I thought about Mrs. Pat. You know how Miss Pat got her titty shot off in a robbery?
Yes.
Or she got her nipple shut off in a robbery.
You ever done a podcast with her?
No.
Dude, I mean, now, like, everyone's heard all the stories. We had her on Well Read early.
Yeah.
I vomited. I'm not kidding. I was laughing so hard. We had just eaten a bunch at Trey's house. I threw up a little bit. There's no one ever in the world like her. And it's so perfect that she just told all of the channels to fuck off and went to BET, and now she's doing her own thing.
Yeah.
She's too funny for Hollywood. Literally, she's too funny to be in Hollywood.
She's one of those people she forces me to be an audience. I cannot watch her as a comedian. There is no analyzing her.
No, dude. She's like, if Maria Bamford was black and mentally healthier. You're just going, I don't know what just happened, but we all had a good time.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
She tells that story about Jimmy Carter coming to that McDonald's.
Yeah.
When she was working there. She didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
It's the only time I think I've ever really, truly wanted to say the N-word is when I tell that story and she calls him. And then she didn't know who he was, and then she finds out he's trying to pay her, and she goes, "N-word, you're cheeseburger free." God.
That's great.
She's the closest thing, and like just how her demeanor on stage is the closest thing to a cartoon character in real life. It's just so fucking funny. Everything that she says is funny. I can't.
Yep, it's her and Tracy Morgan. Roy Wood Jr. had a great tweet like 3 days ago about, let's get AI to train on Tracy Morgan, and then we won't have to worry about it because there's no robot that will be able to process anything that comes out of his mouth.
Fuck you, Roy. Why are you so goddamn funny?
So funny.
There's no way, dude. How? What algorithm would be able to fucking make sense of that man's brain? I mean, it's same with his. It's just like, it's so captivating. I can't. It makes me laugh so much.
Oh man.
Well, sorry, we were dark, but we did. Miss Pat made us laugh, so.
If anyone stuck it out to the end, you deserved the Sprint and Titty, Saving Private Titty. You deserved that.
Saving Private Titty!
That's gotta be. Give me that.
Well, that's the title of the episode.
Yeah.
Saving Private Titty.
Alex, can you please, when you save this, title it Saving Private Titty?
We got a thumbs up.
I guess put a star in it. I don't know how that works.
Oh,
but it
yeah.
probably needs a
An
star.
asterisk or something.
Dude, by the way, can I rant on that for 2 seconds?
Sure.
I get why. As a person with empathy who wants kids to be safe on the internet, I genuinely get that you have to look out for words like suicide because people will say stuff in the comments, you should commit suicide,
Yes.
and that'll trigger a 13-year-old. Same thing with rape. I get that too. You people be like, I want to fucking rape you, and you got to figure out. So they just, anything that says rape or suicide gets deleted. So I understand what happens. And then other people want to talk about those issues, and they want to talk about them sincerely, and they don't want to get kicked out by the algorithm. So they say suicide and grape. It makes me want to suicide myself and grape my own asshole. When you see someone saying,
Or unalive. The
"Guys,
other one's the
there's a
unalive.
genocide going on in the Sudan,
Mhm.
and they're graping little girls," Jesus fucking Christ, there are actual
You need the
victims.
severities.
What if that happened to you, and then you saw someone say you got raped?
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen to you that year, but it'd be the second.
Yeah, it's the unaliving thing. I mean, even that at least makes sense contextually, but just saying grape or it's just like there's a reason those words are so severe and turning it into a fruit. Wow. Way to minimalize it happening. It's just but that's the thing that goes back to the lack of compassion. We can't have these conversations and stuff, like even people who are trying to be compassionate and to talk about these things and bring light to them, you can't even be serious about it. You have to talk about it like it's a side dish at a barbecue.
Like we're all 8.
Yeah.
And I know that's because we're in a place, the internet, where there might be 8-year-olds, and that's what we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's important, but like it just makes me insane.
Should there be a like, okay, you can't get on the internet till you're 16 or whatever? Well, no,
First
you know
of all,
what? A lot of
yes.
biometrics involved. You think so?
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apart from that, there has to be a way. These fucking AI robots are figuring out how to make people think they're gods. There's got to be a way that they can kick people's comments out for saying, I want to rape you, but then let someone say, I'm a rape survivor, and not make them say, I'm a grape survivor. I'm watching this chick talk about being a grape survivor for 3 seconds. I think she got choked one time.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about it, dude. I don't think it's that. I think it's something else, maybe.
You think?
It's everything, Carmen.
You know what's
It's all
so
the same thing.
Of course, but you know it's what's so ridiculously and that's what I mean by it's so funny to me is we have the least amount of children that we've ever had, but we have the most padded room that we've ever had, so to speak. Does that make sense? We have the smallest amount of children.
See what we grew up into.
Sure. But also
No, I hear you. You can see my kid. He looks like he's been abused. I haven't touched him, but I just let him do whatever he wants, and he falls every 10 minutes.
It's pretty sick, dude. He rules.
He rules. We were
You're-
at the park the other day, and this lady was like, how old's your kid? I was like, 19 months. She goes, what? And I was like, what? And she was like, I don't think that's normal, what he's doing. And I was like, okay, how old's your kid? And she's like, 2. And this kid was a blob.
Yeah, that's the
Like, he's
difference,
got no
dog.
coordination. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, throw him down the stairs, lady. That's what we let my father-in-law do. And he turned out great.
Yeah.
Well, I think DJ backed out. And I think I'm too hot to be here.
I think now it should be Raising Arizona, Saving Private Titty. We got to wrap it up anyways. You guys got anything you want to plug?
Nah, but
Yeah.
with ketamine. Okay. No, I am gonna be announcing a Knoxville show pretty soon.
Ooh.
On the lookout for that.
Oh,
Getting the itch to do a headliner.
Nice. Very nice.
By itch, I mean I need money, so come out. Dude, the IRS fucked me, dude, and my accountant fucked me. Can you believe that? The IRS is still like checking on stuff.
Like how? How do they have the money to do that? That's what I don't get.
Well, they know they're out of money, so they're asking me for it.
they don't think I'm a real person.
Like,
Like, and I just
I
gave up.
guess every clock's right twice a day. You forget.
I had to send them in like a bunch of biobank like twice, dude. It's just like, fuck it, man. I try to give you the money for the tax if you don't want it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, I didn't owe them any money this year because I didn't make any in my business, and then or enough or whatever. And then they said, "Hey, you didn't file on time, though." And I was like, "Well, I didn't file at all. I paid a guy to do that."
Yeah.
But you can't. That's not a defense. I thought about using the R word defense, but I don't think it even worked out for the first guy who used it.
No, it didn't. It absolutely did not.
That fucking joke was so funny, dude.
I remember that joke.
Trent goes, "Your R." You can't say some shit that crazy to someone this retarded and expect it to be okay.
Yeah.
Which is that's a direct court reporter quote, guys.
Yeah.
That's what the court reporter wrote down. So.
Yeah.
To be fair, like they're right.
Yeah.
They're 100% right. Like, dude, I'm not saying re-education camps or something, but something should have been.
No,
like,
insane asylums, and we still need insane asylums.
Mental health stuff, something.
That's what I'm saying. We still need insane asylums, not ones that do lobotomies on people. That's it.
Right.
We need compassionate insane asylum.
Let me have them. Put them all in one nice open air place. Let me have them. Give me a year, dude.
Bro, I'm telling you, y'all like those conspiracies, buddy. I got something for you. Come on, out to, you know what I'm saying?
Come on out to the farm. We have good conspiracies out here.
Blood conspiracy babies.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I think we're talking about Cather or something. We should talk about Propaganda Lodge 2. But that's still on the DL. They don't. Not a lot of people ready for that. So.
Well, join the Discord. Make sure you're ready for Conspiracy Babies. GravyBaby.com. Oh, wait. Yeah. Follow us on @GravyBabyShit. Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod to throw money at us to keep our our compassionate insane asylum going. But thank you guys.
Insane asylum.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. And remember, swing low, swing your titties like Saving Private Ryan. Bye.
Yeah. You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,